Hi, Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Thursday, May the 25th with news from Arkansas. Let's start with a remarkable story in this morning's Arkansas Democrat Gazette coverage of a meeting that included several legislators. Two leading Republican legislators were quoted as saying there would not be any kind of legislation to pay for more road construction in Arkansas until a bridge collapsed or the roads deteriorated even more than they've already deteriorated. This seems to me to be a remarkable commentary on a legislature that's overwhelmingly controlled by Republicans, that has a governor who's a Republican, all of whom say they want better highways, but nobody seems to want to do anything about it. Perhaps we need to elect some better leadership from people that do know how to govern. I think there's some hope that somehow money will appear magically without a tax increase. Of course, that's not the way it works. Here's some happy news. Guns N' Roses, that famous rock band, is going to make a stop in Little Rock between Denver and Miami at none other than War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. That'll be on August 5th. They think they can sell 41,000 seats from $29 to about $225. They've already sold out the club seats in the press box. Sorry to say, this is going to be the first stadium concert show in Little Rock in 16 years since NSYNC, if whoever they were. I'm afraid that's outside my league. Sturgill Simpson is joining Guns N' Roses. They say he's a big name too. News is breaking at the Capitol this afternoon. Bud Roberts, the director of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Division, has turned in his resignation today. We don't know why. He was Asa Hutchinson appointee. We're also tracking a report that a couple of other key staff members has resigned as well. It's a politically hot agency. There were controversies in the legislature over several issues, including enforcement by the Enforcement Division, a separate division of anti-gambling laws at private clubs. The agency also now is going to be the regulative agency for medical marijuana. Perhaps they just need a new lineup there. We don't know yet. We do know changes are in the works. Donald Trump lost another big one today. The Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, no liberal outfit, voted 10-3 to keep in place an injunction that stops his ban on travel from countries with Muslim majorities. Another big loss for the president. Can we call him a loser? He didn't look too good at the NATO meeting today, offended most of our NATO allies, refused to say that the U.S. still believes the part of the NATO charter that says you defend other NATO members against foreign attacks. It's been used only one time, and that's when the other nations rose to our defense after the 9/11 attack. A lot of strange body language at that meeting today. Be sure and check your social media for some interesting video clips. What else have we got? Well, if I could read my handwriting here. Civil rights lawsuit filed in the Eastern District of Texas. This is over the gruesome death of an Arkansas man in the Bi-State Correctional Facility in Texarkana. He repeatedly complained of an inability to breathe. He had a number of medical conditions. He died in custody. One of the issues here is this is a private prison contractor who the lawsuit says fell down on its job of adequately looking after prison inmates. Something to watch. Mike Huckabee, the former governor of Arkansas, has a new job. He's left Fox News to go to the Trinity Broadcasting Network, which calls itself the world's biggest Christian television network. Good place for him. I don't know if they allow potty humor. If they don't, it's going to cut into his material quite a bit. But a new gig for the Huck. He'll have a weekly talk show filmed in Nashville. Want some reading today? Grab an Atlantic magazine or go online and read its fabulous article on what happens when you crack down on welfare benefits and give them only to deserving people, so-called. Maine did it. Arkansas is getting ready to do it. You know, you're going to have to work and have time limits on your benefits, that sort of thing. Well, in Maine they did it, and it had some terrible consequences on poor people who were unable to get jobs, unable to get transportation, unable to get child care. They ended up worse than where they started, and there's really not any statistical evidence that showed it helped the people in the workforce that much. The workforce numbers haven't changed very much. It's a lesson for Arkansas. It won't stop us, but it's something to think about. The governor's mansion had a visitor last night around 1 a.m. A fella climbed over the wall but was quickly captured by state police security. I don't know if he was looking for a drink. They say he was drunk. He's going to be charged with trespassing. Unlike in the Huckabee area, you can get a drink of wine at the mansion in the Hutchinson era. Both the Hutchinsons were there. Nobody was harmed, I'm happy to say. The story of the day is in Montana. Last night, the favorite to win a special election for Congress from Montana, which is on the ballot today, assaulted a reporter for the crime of asking him two questions about his opinion on the Congressional Budget Office scoring of the health care vote in that bill in the House. An amazing story. All of the accounts from all the witnesses are that it was an unprovoked attack, except for being provoked by him asking him questions he didn't like. The guy has a reputation for a hot temper. Even a Fox News reporter gave a graphic description of it. He was charged with misdemeanor assault. The big question tonight is whether Greg Gianforte can manage to still win this election over Democratic Rob Quist, who's had Bernie Sanders strong backing in this and a good grassroots campaign. Some of the anecdotal evidence is that there are a lot of people in Montana that like a guy who'll beat up a reporter. This has been encouraged, of course, from the top down by Donald Trump. This isn't the first episode of violence against reporters. These days, it's considered politically correct to be rude and violent. You can kind of let your feelings show these days. Trump shouldered somebody out of the way for a photo op at a NATO meeting today. This just may be the tenor of our times. All I can say to do is to continue to resist. You might get a shiner from it, but that's okay. It's in a noble cause. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.